Hello, welcome back to my house renovation and extension series. I've been waiting to bring you this video for quite a while and finally it's ready and it's done. It's the finished bedroom. I say finished, there's obviously a couple of little jobs to do, but we've got the wardrobes up. So we deliberated over this for ages. We were trying to find the most cost-effective way of doing it because we had quite a big space to fill here. And we were actually starting to go down the route of, we were going to do an IKEA hack and use the Pax wardrobes and patch it up in between. We were also considering building them ourselves. You would have thought we'd learned after the tiling job in the bathroom. But in the end, we got a quote and it came in better than we expected, which kind of said we'd be happy with about 1,500 on this, but we didn't want to go too much above that, and it came in under that, so we were delighted. It has involved us doing some of the work ourselves, some of the painting, not all of it. We did get someone to come in and do the front of them, but I won't carry on any further. I will just let you come and have a look and see what you think. So in the end, we decided to get a local carpenter called Josh in. He was amazing, really clean, really quick, did a brilliant job on all of it and had it done in a few days. So we decided to go all the way up to the ceiling. That was kind of what he suggested. We weren't really sure whether or not to have a kind of shelf bit on the top and finish them, you know, just above the doorway, but we've gone all the way up in the end and they look fine. We really didn't know until we did it what they would look like, but they're brilliant. We've got this funny little space here, sloping cupboard space at the top, but that's fine, we can still use it for something and it doesn't actually look strange having them like that. So we painting them, I suppose painting and the handles was the bit that we did ourselves. We went for Grey Steel 2. It's a Dulux paint called Grey Steel 2, and the major advice we had on this from my dad once again was to go for a water-based paint because the gloss doesn't look very nice, and also they tend to fade, the colour tends to change and they tend to be more difficult to clean and so on. So we went for this Dulux one in the end. It was a trade paint, it wasn't cheap, it was about £60 a tin. So that was a bit more than we'd hoped to spend on the paint, but all the advice was get the paint right and you will be grateful for it, otherwise you may have to do it again. So we're hoping to never have to paint this wardrobe again. The quote we got for painting the wardrobes inside and out was £700. So we decided to paint the insides of them ourselves and in the end just paid £200 for someone to paint the outside. We did the handles ourselves. We got these from eBay and they were a couple of pounds each, and we really like the black, the matte black, because it ties in with the light that we've got up here, so we already had a bit of black in the room. The bed is also this dark wood. At some point it would have been nice to change this. This is kind of like one of IKEA's cheapest ranges, but Rome wasn't built in a day and we couldn't do everything at once, so that's fine. That all works together quite well for now. So yeah, we think it looks good. The curtains, these kind of tie in as well. These are just some of Amazon's finest. I think they were about £20. Put those up ourselves. They're a little bit long, they still need taking up, but actually they go quite well in this room. For the price, they do the job, they don't let too much light in, and they work really well with the colours. I did consider going a shade darker on these wardrobes because there's quite a lot of the darker colours around at the moment, but because it faces the bed we just felt it would be too dominating to kind of wake up to this big dark expanse, and I'm actually really glad. I think this colour really works really well with the carpet. We've got the grey carpet as well. So we're pretty much done in here for now. Eventually I would like to put some kind of dressing table in, but there's no money in the pot for that kind of thing at the moment. That's really like second stage finishing touches, and it's nice to have some little jobs left to do. But that's really it for now. So we are delighted with it. It's one of the biggest things we've shelled out for recently because it did end up costing us a couple of grand all in all with the painting and the paint and so on. But we're delighted with it, and it's definitely money well spent. So Marie Kondo hasn't been round yet. She probably never would come round here if you step too far. So excuse the contents of the wardrobe because we've shoved everything in. But we've gone for the double hanging space. So that is all of the hanging space on my side, but Stephen's then got some over here. So he's got that, and then I've got the shelves, and I've just kind of thrown everything in so don't look too closely. But a nice range of shelves, and you could put shoes at the bottom as well, so that would be quite good. And then we've got this, which is kind of like get rid of your summer or winter wardrobe space or whatever extras you want to store up here. And these drawers are huge, they're great. Like they go all the way back, and they're a really nice size space, so we're really happy with those. Obviously 3 all the way down there, and these nice handles. One of the reasons we also went for these longer handles was because it's such a long wardrobe, So we just thought it'd be putting too much pressure on if you had a little knob handle, so we thought it needed something a bit chunkier to do it. And you may have noticed that this is bowed a bit here as well, and that's because it's such a long piece of wood that apparently that's what happens. So we've added some magnets, you can kind of hear that now, and they should start to pull it back in. We've got some magnets, I don't know if you can see them, yeah, just down there. So that should sort itself out in time, hopefully. And over here, you may or may not notice that it doesn't match the other side. That's because obviously the ceiling's sloping down there. So we wouldn't have been able to open this side because it would have hit the ceiling basically. So we've just got that little cupboard tucked in there and this one here. So a really decent amount of storage space. I don't think really we should be allowed any more storage space than that. That should suffice. Other than the chest of drawers that I've got over there, obviously. But once Marie Kondo has been round, I won't need that anymore. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it the thumbs up as ever, and please subscribe and come back very soon for more. Bye bye.